lovelies, welcome to Starlight and Stitches. Thank you so much for joining me here today. It's really good to see you all. If you have been here before, then hi, welcome back. Thank you so much for joining me again. It's really good to see you. I hope you've remembered to subscribe. If you're new here, then welcome. My name is Alice and you are now in Alice Land. This is my little yarny world where I like to talk about all things yarn and crochet, and I do amigurumi, I do crochet book read-throughs, I do all sorts of different bits and pieces. So if you like that sort of content, then please come and join our little subscriber family. We're a lovely bunch here and some of my subscribers are the best in the world, in my opinion, of course. Now, today is something really exciting. I was tagged in the tag that's going around YouTube at the moment. It was started by Crystal from Bag a Day Crochet. And when I saw the video of this tag, I was very excited and I thought, oh, crikey, wouldn't it be good to be tagged? Because I didn't want to just do it off my own head. You know, you kind of have to wait to be tagged to do the video yourself. And then I was tagged by my awesome new friend from Stitching Ain't Easy, Ashley, who, oh my goodness, what an absolute sweetheart. I love her so much. I can't remember who recommended her channel to me, but whoever it was, thank you, because I love her to bits. And we've actually been in touch recently and had a little chat together, and it's been really nice to make a new crochet friend. So Ashley tagged me in the crochet tag that has originated from Crystal from Bag O Day Crochet. And this is the Tag Your It 10 questions on yarn. So I'm really excited today to do this with you. I've done some special little bits to make it a little bit more interesting. I'm experimenting with stuff, okay? So you've got to bear with me because I don't know what I'm doing with anything. And I've been trying some new bits and pieces out on my phone, and I'm really excited with what I've got to show you. So hopefully you enjoy this video and it's not just like some questions and then me giving you the answers. So let's get on with the first question.
What's your favourite colour of yarn?
That was Mr. Scraps. Thank you for the first question, Mr. Scraps. That's very kind of you. And Mr. Scraps asked me, what is your favourite colour of yarn? That's really tricky because it depends what I'm making. And I like all the colours of the rainbow. If I was allowed to say it, I would say my favourite colour would be rainbow. But I don't think I'm allowed to say that. So I'm going to go with my most favourite colour in the entire world, which is yellow. And it's the colour of sunshine. It's the colour of sunflowers, which is my favourite flower. It's the colour of stars. It's a happy colour, it's a bright colour, and it's a colour that always makes me smile. So I'm going to say yellow is my favourite colour of yarn. Question number 2, please.
Oh, hello. I'm asking, what's your favourite weight of yarn? Bye-bye now.
Question number 2 there, delivered by Hello Kitty in her donut. Oh look, she's back up there now. So that question was, what is your favourite weight of yarn? Now that for me is really easy. I've got a cat down here. Hello Poppet. That's really easy for me. My favourite weight of yarn by a mile is chunky. I love chunky yarn. I've got quite sausagey fingers, I always say that, and I've got big like square hands. I'm not great with the delicate yarns. My favourite is chunky, and I use chunky as much as possible, even when the pattern doesn't call for it. If something calls for a sport weight or something a bit more delicate, I still go with chunky. That one's made out of chunky, he's made out of chunky, that's made out of chunky, so is that one. And a lot of my monsters, I don't know if you can't see them. No, you still can't see them. A lot of those guys up there, they're made out of chunky. It's my favourite and I love using it, usually along with a 4.5 or a 5 hook. So yeah, thank you very much Hello Kitty and Donut for the second question. If we can have the third question now, please.
Hello, hi, howdy, ouch. Our question is, what's your favourite style of yarn? Wait for me!
So the third question there, delivered by the little peas, they're very naughty, is what is your favourite style of yarn? I'm not really sure. I just use like a normal yarn. I'm not very good with any of the fancy ones. Definitely not anything with sequins and stuff in it. I just like a plain yarn. because then I can make my creatures. I think if I was making more things like blankets and specialty things like tops and things like that, then it would be different. I would probably go for a more specialty type of yarn. But for me, just your plain run-of-the-mill, normal yarn style. Okay. The next question that we have, who's that? Who is it? Who's delivering the question?
Hi. Hello. Wee. Oh, what's your favourite fibre of yarn?
Ah, thank you so much, Kevin and Dolores. You look like you were having a great time there, spinning around. So that was Kevin and Dolores, and they asked, what is your favourite fibre of yarn? For the thing that I make normally, which is my creatures and my amigurumi, it's acrylic. It works really well. You can get a brilliant range of colours. Look at all those colours. So acrylic is my favourite fibre of yarn. I do have cottons as well, and I've been using them more recently than I did do, but definitely acrylic is my favourite. Please, could we have the next question?
Hello, may I please ask a question, and that is, what is your favourite brand of yarn you can easily get in your country? Bye-bye.
Oh, thank you, Bella Boo. So the next question, that was from Bella Boo in her little monster costume, and she asked, what is your favourite brand of yarn that you can easily get in your country? Stylecraft Special Chunky, that is my bread and butter yarn. It is there. I have every single colour that they stock, and I recently had to get 5 new colours because they brought some new colours out. But Stylecraft Special Chunky, it does me a good one whenever I'm making one of my creatures, or anything really. Some of the blankets that I've made have been from Stylecraft. It's my favourite to use, and I get on really well with it. There are some others that I really enjoy using as well, but they're a little bit more expensive. Stuff like the Sheep G's, whatever it's called. I love that. It's really soft, but it's a little bit more expensive for a little bit less product. So I tend to stick with the Stylecraft more often than not. So Stylecraft Special Chunky is my favourite brand of yarn that I can easily get in my country. Please, could we have the next question?
Whoa! Oh dear. I'd like to know, please, what's your favourite brand of yarn that isn't easy to get in your country?
Thank you, Aggie. Very well delivered there. I'm sorry that you fell over, but you got yourself back up again. Good job. So Aggie asked, what is your favourite brand of yarn that isn't easy to get in your country? Now this is a really tricky one because I don't know what I can't get, if that makes sense. I watch a lot of other craft YouTubers, and a majority of them are from America or from Canada. And most of the time, if there's something that they show, for example, Crystal from Bag a Day, if there's something that they show that I'm interested in, I'll have a look and see if it's available to me. If it's not available to me, then I can't try it, so I don't know if it's a favourite or not. However, similarly to Ashley from Stitchin' Ain't Easy, I want desperately to try ice yarns. And I have gone in and done a little bit of shopping in there on several occasions and filled up my shopping cart and then got to the shipping bit, and it's a bit too much for me. I can't get my brain around the shipping. I know that the yarn is really cheap, but the shipping is expensive, so you have to work it out per ball how much the shipping is going to cost, and then you work it out like how much that goes onto each ball of yarn. But in my brain, I cannot get my head around the cost of the shipping. It's too much for me, and I would rather just stick with what I know. So ice yarn, I would say, is probably one that I want to be a favourite, but I haven't managed to use them yet. Does that make sense? I hope that makes sense. Anyway, thank you, Aggie, for that question. If we could have the next question, please.
Tiddy, where are you? Hello, oh there you are. Here we are, what's your favourite yarn store online? Woo!
That was Curtis the koala and Teeny the unicorn, and they were asking, what is your favourite yarn store online? It's Wool Warehouse. I love Wool Warehouse. They're my favourite. There's loads of really, really good yarn stores online, but Wool Warehouse is my number one. They've looked after me since the very beginning. I was recommended Wool Warehouse through a friend of a friend who, when I started doing my crochet, and you couldn't get to the shops at that point because everything was closed, this friend of a friend got in touch and said, look, I do lots of crochet, try this company out, I find them really good, I've never had a problem with them, blah blah blah. So I used them once and they have been wonderful ever since. Never ever had a problem with them. I think that they have a great selection, I think that their delivery times are great, their customer service is awesome, and I love Wool Warehouse. Like I say, there is loads of other companies that I have actually used for online sales, but Wool Warehouse is my #1 online yarn store. Yes. Right, next question please.
Here I come. What's your favourite brick and mortar store? Whee!
Oh, Pooball. Did you see Pooball fly in there? That was pretty cool. Thank you, Pooball. You're back in your safe spot again now. Excellent. So Pooball was asking, what is your favourite brick and mortar store? Where I live, there's not a huge variety of actual shops that you can go to go and buy your yarn and bits and pieces. There's a few. We've got one called C&H Fabrics, which is like a family-run business, Cloche and Hamblin, I think that stands for. They've got a nice little yarn section, but it's very small, but it is very nice. However, really the only option that we have is Hobbycraft, which is hit and miss, but I've got some good deals from Hobbycraft. I haven't been shopping in a yarn shop. I've done it once. I've literally been to Hobbycraft once to go yarn shopping. Otherwise I do tend to just go online. But Hobbycraft, I think I would have to say, is my favourite brick and mortar store for my yarn shopping. Okay, so the next question.
Boo, hello. Do you keep your scrap yarn? And if so, what do you do with it? I'd probably eat it.
Thank you, Donk. I haven't seen you for a while. You must be very hungry after eating that paper. I don't think that's going to be very good for your tummy. Unfortunately, Donk eats everything. So Donk was asking, do you keep scrap yarn? And if so, what do you do with it? I do keep scrap yarn. So if I've got like a decent end of yarn left, then I keep it. If you saw my sorting out my yarn stash thing, I keep them in drawers. And ends and cut-offs when I've sewn bits together and cut the little bits off, I keep them as well. I keep them in a little baggie, and I use them for very small projects to use as stuffing. So Mr. Scraps, who you saw at the beginning, the little orange dragon, he is stuffed full of scrap yarn. So the little tiny offcuts of yarn that I have left over, they don't go in the bin. They get kept and they get used for smaller projects. So like I say, Mr. Scraps, my bookmarks have been stuffed with the scraps of yarn. So just little bits like that. The longer ends, I actually keep them, and eventually I'll probably make like a scrap blanket or something out of them. Obviously I can use them for small projects if it only requires a tiny bit. But I think ultimately they will be used for a big scrap blanket at some point in the future. I don't like throwing anything away. I like to use stuff until its end. So yes, I do definitely keep all my scrap yarn. So thank you for that question, Donk. Who's up next?
Hello. What's your favourite thing to crochet or knit? Thank you. Goodbye.
Ah, Ob. Ob is one of my first ever proper amigurumi that I made. I think Mr. Scraps came first and then Ob came along, so Ob is like an OG. He has my heart. I love Ob. Haven't seen him for a while. I think he's just sat up there. There he is. Thank you for your question, Ob. Ob was asking, what's your favourite thing to crochet or knit? Obviously, I am a crocheter. I think it's quite obvious what my favourite things to crochet or knit are. I can't stop knitting creatures. That's what I do. I make creatures and animals, amigurumi of any sort. That's my favourite. Each project normally takes me a couple of days and I really love having that end result quite quickly. I enjoy all sorts of other crochet as well. So, you know, things like blankets. I've made tops and I've made cardigans and cushion covers and all that sort of thing, but amigurumi is my favourite. Unfortunately, it does make my house look like I'm an absolute mad woman, but who am I trying to impress? Nobody. It's my house, my daughter loves it, I love it, it's happy, it's bright, and my little amigurumi creatures. Also, I've been selling some online as well, so that's been really nice, and they've brought lots of joy to other people. So yes, my favourite thing to crochet is amigurumi, monsters, animals, creatures, definitely. So I think I've only got one question left. Who is it, please?
I want to ask it. No. Yes, I'm going to do it. If you could only crochet one thing for the rest of your life, what would it be and what would you use?
Nico and Pico, thank you so much for your question. Okay, Nico and Pico, they're brothers. They are there. And they are asking, if you could only crochet one thing for the rest of your life, what would it be and what would you use? Easy peasy. I would crochet creatures for the rest of my life using Starcraft Special Chunky in all the colours of the rainbow. Yeah, so that's a really simple one to answer. I really hope that you enjoyed my presentation of this tag. I know a lot of people have done it. It's been really good fun, and I've really enjoyed doing the little like animations of my creatures, so I'm hoping to put them into my videos a little bit more, just to give you guys a bit of a variety and it's not just me rambling on you for ages and ages. Now, with the tag, I was tagged by my beautiful friend from Stitching Ain't Easy, Ashley. The original tag was from Bag a Day Crochet, which was Crystal. I have had a look through some of the people that I was going to tag, and they've already been tagged. The first one that I'm definitely tagging, however, is Wendy Stanbury, my lovely friend Wendy, who I met through the YouTube space. She's been a great support to me, and I would like to tag her in this. So Wendy Stanbury, her channel is going to be in the description box below, so please check her out because I love her so much. The next person that I was going to tag is Jane from Scraptastic Yarns, and just as I went to upload this video, I double checked on her channel and she actually uploaded the tag already, so somebody's already tagged her in it, so I can't tag her. I'm gonna go mad on the next one, and I'm going to tag Craig from Fibre Spider, and what I would like you to do, everybody, is to spam him and let him know that I have tagged him in this, because there is no way he's ever going to see this video unless you guys let him know to come and watch it. So please tag him because I love him so much, and I would be over the moon to have a little shout out from him if he gets my tag. So that's your thing to do, boys and girls. Thank you very much. Yeah, I've really enjoyed this one. I hope you've enjoyed it too, and all my creatures are really excited to come and play today as well. So that's the end. I would like to say, I hope you are looking after yourselves. I hope you are looking after your loved ones. I love you all very much, and I will see you later in the week for another video. Thanks for joining me. Bye bye.